In this series, we go from having absolutely nothing to our name to becoming the richest and the top of the top in GTA Online. Hope you enjoy the video, and this is Rags to Riches. Welcome everyone to another episode of Rags to Riches, and in last episode we ended off purchasing the Acid Lab. And as many of you know, in the Acid Lab, you have to, how do I say it? You have to do almost a series of missions before you're actually allowed to make enough money with this. And that is this one right here. The Fooligan Job upgrade. So, a lot of y'all are probably asking, what does this mean? So what this means is actually that, let me actually get out of here first before I start talking because it is extremely loud in here. And as you know, I develop a speech impediment when I hear too many things. I just become genuinely stupid. And we're going to get in the car that we won, out of pure luck yesterday in the casino. But in this episode, what we're going to do is actually complete all 10 Fooligan jobs in order to get the Acid Lab equipment upgrade. And doing that makes it actually one of the best businesses in the entire game. And not only that, as you can see, we are currently at 30 grand. Doing every Fooligan job makes you about 50k, but that's not enough. We need about 200 to 300 just to upgrade the Acid Lab. And we're going to need more money if we want to source supplies and all that. So what... Thank you, Rockstar. So what we're going to do is actually, alongside doing the Fooligan jobs, we're also going to go ahead and complete the 3 treasure hunts. So that's going to make us about 1.2 million, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll be enough to have enough money left over to buy the Hakuchu Drag and also fully upgrade the Acid Lab, getting 2 goals done in this video. So that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's go ahead and get down to the business. Okay, so I didn't know that apparently during the week of recording, this helicopter is free? What? I did not know that. I just checked on accident because I wanted to see how much the Luxury Deluxe was because I thought it was $1 million, but then I remembered that it's actually 2 million. The Dodo's free too? I don't need it, but that's kind of crazy. How much does it cost? $3 million? That is crazy. Okay. So now we have a helicopter to go ahead and do all these jobs with. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and call in that helicopter. It should be through Pegasus. Call in the helicopter. And then start the first Fooligan mission. Okay, so now we're in our helicopter. This is an extremely nice helicopter. But what we're going to do is request Fooligan work. So let's go ahead and wait. There we go. Crop dusting. Destroy. Alright. So I think I actually did a little bit of research, so I wouldn't be going into this blind. I believe this is where you grab the crop duster planes, like the old-timey planes, and actually fly over a bunch of fields and destroy them. So this should be pretty easy, so we're just going to do a quick montage of us completing this mission. Alright, so now that we just finished that first Fooligan job, we have 50 grand added to our bank, so now we're at 82,000. But what we're going to do is now there's a 48-minute cooldown on that mission. I don't know if it'll show it or not, but I think it might. I'm not too certain. Yeah, 45-minute cooldown. So it's gonna take about 7 to 8 hours to finish the Fooligan jobs. So while I'm finishing that, I'm actually gonna do all the treasure hunts, and I won't bore y'all with me doing the treasure hunts. Instead, I'll just put in the clip of me finishing each treasure hunt at the end, and then I'll meet y'all back once I finish all the treasure hunts and show clips of me finishing all the Fooligan jobs. Alright, now that we finished the double action revolver and the stone hatchet, we're sitting at about 600, almost 750k, which is still 200,000 off. So what we're gonna do is actually start the Fooligan jobs. Because during the treasure hunt, we were able to do 2 Fooligan jobs, and that's it due to the 45-minute cooldown. So what we're gonna do is first export, if we're possible, export mixed goods. So let's go ahead and check on that. There you go. And if you didn't know, you can also get free snacks at your CEO office. So we get all the free snacks, and we go export mixed goods. This is going to be easy 50k. Oh, I exited to the garage. Bruh. Alright, I guess we're gonna use this guy's car. I guess we just switched. We're gonna go ahead and come down here and grab our mixed goods. Here we go. And then while we're doing this, what I actually want to talk about is that I don't believe we're actually going to get the Hakuchu Drag this episode. Due to the fact that I think if you share accounts, not necessarily shared, but have 2 accounts manageable from the other account, you actually aren't able to get the free HSW upgrade. So that's going to be almost 2.2-ish million to get the Hakuchu Drag with HSW. So that's actually ruled out now. And what we're going to do is use all this money to instead purchase a business. What business is that I'm talking about? You're going to have to see in the next clip. But I really do believe this business is going to be enough to make us enough money and be able to push us into the 3rd episode and have enough money to hopefully finally get the Hakuchu Drag and the HSW upgrade. So right now all we're going to do is just put this mission out and then start Fooligan jobs, and then hopefully finish all the Fooligan jobs. Then after we finish all the Fooligan Then after we finish all of the Fooligan jobs, what we're going to do is make sure to upgrade the Acid Lab first, so it can start So what we're going to do once we finish all the Fooligan jobs is fully upgrade the Acid Lab in order to make it one of the most profitable businesses in all of GTA Online. And then with that, we should have about 1.25 million left, something around that. Because the Navy Revolver actually glitched. I did it last night, and apparently it just didn't count. So I'm gonna have to redo that. So we're gonna have around 1.2 million, give or take. So now we're just gonna go ahead and call Dax and start up all these missions and hopefully finish them soon. Alright, and with the last clip you just saw, we finished all 10 Fooligan jobs. So that means we are actually able to finally get one of the best businesses in the entire game. There it is. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, why do I need the Acid Lab? Well, if you don't know, the Acid Lab is single-handedly one of the best solo businesses to have in the entire game. What we're going to do is we're just going to set it right here. And we're actually going to call Mutt and buy supplies. Now, sure, it wasn't the best idea to, I guess, purchase supplies, but if you think about it, on the amount of money you make to the amount of money you spend, you're making way more money faster too if you buy the supplies, because if not, then you're gonna have to do, I think, 2 to 3 source missions to fill it up, which is gonna take you about 30 minutes. And with those 30 minutes, you can do a sightseer, you could sell export goods, you could do all that. And basically, my bad, I forgot I have a speech impediment and can't quite figure stuff out. But can I get a suppressor on this? I guess you can't get suppressor on that. Okay, no way I just spent that. Okay, now that we bought a suppressed weapon, we are going to go ahead and pull up to Vincent. Now, why are we going to Vincent, you may be asking? So, in early game GTA, what you were actually able to do is do a thing called the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid. And it just so happens that during the time that I'm playing right now, once you complete it, you get the $500,000 for completing the heist, but you also get an extra $500,000 for completing it this week, for the first time completing it. So this is a perfect time to do this heist, because you're going to get essentially $1 million on your first payout for 50 minutes of work. So what we're going to do is actually grind out this, but first go to our warehouse, because if you don't see, I had a couple $100,000 because I had been grinding export warehouse, the Fooligan jobs, and also the export mixed goods from the CEO office, in order to make enough money to where I'd have roughly $1 million before I start. So let's go on ahead. Go right here. Now, the goal for this episode, at least, is to have about $2.3 million for a business we need. And no, before you guys ask, it is not the Kasaka. What we're actually going to do, though, is put up this baddie. I was using this baddie just to swerve and cut corners around cars in order to level up my driving stat. But we're going to get our car that we got from the casino last episode. and we're gonna start the Cluckenbill farm raid. So, correction. If I'm stuttering a lot or can't figure out my words, it's because there's a lot of ambient noise right now, and it feels weird having my noise canceling headphones on and speaking at the same time. It feels weird, so I gotta get used to that the more episodes we make. But I'm gonna go ahead and grind out this mission set, and then I'll meet y'all back. I'll put in clips of me doing every mission, and then I'll meet y'all back once I finish.
I ain't got no love for her. She ain't got no love for me. She saying it's the thug for her. Leave the house, gotta clutch my heat. I'ma pull out them doors for her. I know no love come cheap. They left my heart sore. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. I came from the bottom, I got it from under. She fuck with a boss, she can fuck with no runner. No time to be lost, so I hit and I double. My mind on the night, ain't got no time to love her. I pay the cost, they gon' slide if it's trouble. I say it's loud, they pull up on the double. I know some shooters, I stay with a couple. They play with my name of the game and it's fuck 'em. Frostbite with a young nigga neck on. Hit a bad little bitch, mini sex on.
And that right there is how you fully do the Cluckenbill farm and finish it in less than 45 minutes. So right now we're sitting at, let's put this all up real quick. We're sitting at 1.6 mil. And with 1.6 mil, I don't know why it didn't give us our extra 500,000. Thinking about it now, that's kind of weird. With about a million left to go, what we're gonna do is actually do this stash house and hopefully supply our acid lab, and that should make us another 500k, about, give or take. And then that'll mean we're only 100 grand off, and we could just do an export and check our special cargo warehouse, and then by then we should have enough money to, hold on, let me finish this off. I can't speak and do this at the same time. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, as I was saying, now, with our acid lab currently getting its stock accrued as we speak, what we're going to do is actually go to our special crate warehouse and begin sourcing cargo to then eventually sell the cargo, sell the acid lab, sell mixed goods, and have about $2.2 million. So, let's do a quick montage of that.
I suppose I gotta check on. And my pocket started looking like a press on. Eyes on the prize, gotta watch my tracks. I know they telling lies behind my back. I know this has love, and I know that's cap. I came up rough, can't leave my strap. I ain't got no love for her. She ain't got no love for me. She saying it's the thug for her. Leave the house, gotta clutch my heat. I'ma pull out them doors for her. I know no love come cheap. They left my heart sore. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. I came from the bottom, I got it from under. She fuck with a boss, she can fuck with no runner. No time to be lost, so I hit and I double. My mind on the night, ain't got no time to love her. I pay the cost, they gon' slide if it's trouble. I say it's loud, they pull up on the double. I know some shooters, I stay with a couple. They play with my name of the game and it's fuck 'em. I feel like the hottest, no more being modest. I ran that shit up when I ran out of options. He play with my name, guarantee they gon' drop. Better stay in his lane, if he don't, he gon' pop him. Shout out my people, ain't.
Now, we are sitting at about 2.1 million, or just shy of 2.1 million. And what we're going to do is actually do our first acid mission. And as I said, we're always going to do these in public sessions. There's only 14 in this one, but, you know, that should be enough to get us pretty close. We should end up around here with about 3 to 350, give or take. And I also did a little research on what these missions are, and this mission should be where you go and there's like a bunch of police officers. So after there, we'll just go into the tunnels and lose the cops. But this should give us just enough to buy the business for next episode. Let's give you a montage of me escaping the cops. And now that we're almost finished, what we're going to do is actually designate all this money into the business we're going to buy and grind in next episode. There we go. And I believe that is just enough money for the business we're going to get next episode. Now, I'm sorry if this episode is shorter than the last one. This episode was more of a filler, I guess you'd say, so I would have enough money to buy the business for next episode, because next episode is where we finish our main 2 goals that will set us up for the rest of the series. So, I hope y'all enjoy, take care, and I'll see y'all in episode 3.